So the thing that really changed my life with regard to that is the idea of the practice diary. So this is something that was recommended by my teacher Danilo Perez when I was studying with him at NEC between 2003 and 2005. Um, and it's really been life changing for me because I almost struggled with how to get continuity from one day to the next, right? It's like, okay, I want to play the piano today. So I sit down at the piano. What am I going to do? Right? Sometimes you haven't been able to practice for a couple days. It can be hard to remember exactly what you did last time. And you waste unbelievable amounts of time going over the same stuff you went over before, or like overestimating what you'd gone to, and then you have to backtrack, and you lose that continuity. And so the practice diary is just absolutely life changing because when I sit down, I write the date and I write the time. I like to write the time like to the minute. I have a clock on my piano. I just write, it's 11:54 a.m. or whatever.
Wow.
Do it. And sometimes I'll make some notes about how it went and what tempo I got a certain section to, or like what scales I was able to work on, or what rhythmic exercise I was doing, whatever I was doing. I make a very specific note. Like if I go back 10 years from now, I can tell exactly what I was doing,
Hmm.
and I write exactly where I got to, and then close. Like it might just be 10 minutes or 20 minutes or whatever it is. It might be 2 hours. But once I'm done with it, I just write the time again, and then I write the next thing that I'm going to do. And as a result, when I sit down the next day, or even if I miss a few days, I sit down, I look at what I did the last time, and immediately I'm like, okay, there I go. I know what to do, you know. And it does a couple of things. First of all, it takes care of this issue of continuity, which is huge. But also, and maybe even more importantly, it creates a ritual around the act of practice. And we all know that any kind of uh, any kind of practice that's worth its salt has a ritual attached to it. Certainly if you think of meditation, like in the Zen tradition, or even like Zen archery,
Hmm.
spiritual practice in Judaism or Christianity, there are rituals applied to them. And practicing your instrument, by the way, is totally a spiritual practice, just as much as anything else out there. It is a spiritual practice in the sense that you are bringing your deepest self to bear. And in fact, the act of practicing is an exercise in finding your deepest self, really, every time. So uh, there's this ritual. I sit down, I write the time, and I write the date, I write the time, and suddenly I'm practicing.